In this lesson this is lesson 15. We made some adjustments. Some of these section representations of this building were facing the wrong way or were inverted. That's easy to do when you're dealing with transparency. So everything is pointing the same way now. What I'm going to do in this lesson is create some scenes. I'm going to contrive some points of view using section planes that allow me to look at a first floor plan or a second floor plan or a first floor interior elevation looking east, west, north, or south, so that we can draw from those points of view. We're not going to be doing any drawing. We're simply going to be setting up those views. For example, this is the cross-section view, which uses the section plane tool to cut through exactly where we've placed the drawing, the transparency that represents that section cut. You can see it's cutting through the first half of the stairs and representing the rest of the stair in elevation. The model is represented accordingly. So I'm going to now cut a second floor plan. I'm going to turn back on section planes. I'm going to select an horizontal section and duplicate it. And then I'm going to make that the active plane. The active view. I'm going to move it down on the z-axis until it cuts through the model. Well, let's do this. We'll cut through exactly the elevation of floor 2, and then we'll move it up 4 feet, which is a typical representation of a floor plan, which is basically a horizontal section through the whatever floor you're on at a height of 4 foot above the finished floor. Let's align the view and let us now turn off the section planes. Zoom in reasonably close to this view, and we're going to save the scene as a new scene. And we're going to rename it Floor Plan Level 2. From an isometric view, let's say that we want a view that looks toward the kitchen to the east. Here's the AutoCAD underlay for level 2. There's a kitchen plan. Again, I'm doing the same thing for each view, so you don't have to look through all of these or work through all of these together, but you do need to understand what it is that we're manipulating. So active section planes now are looking down. There's a few ways of doing this. You can simply start a new section plane, Tools, Section Plane, right? And select the way that you want to look, and that'll create your new section plane. And once it's selected, you can just move it in the direction that you want to look. So I want to look toward the kitchen, align the view, turn off the visibility of the section planes to have a clean view. You can decide whether or not you want the CAD underlays to show through. Afterwards, you can modify the scenes and update the properties. So this will be interior elevation east. So, floor plan level 2 shows us floor plan level 2, interior elevation east, turns us to this point of view. And we can use this view to start modeling the system of casework that makes up the kitchen there. To do the model the elements that are on the wall, obviously we need a reference, and a visual reference to do that. You don't always have to create an aligned visual reference in the model, but it's wise to know that you've created geometry in the correct place so that you could use that as a base or a starting point, and then you could simply work from a drawing that you have next on your desk next to you that's dimensioned and the wall-based elements. I'm going to pause here and call this setting up scenes for orthogonal views.